All right, I'm on hole number 18 of the 2019 Fall Major in the opening round of the rookie division. Let's go to Golf Clash Notebook and check it out. All right, the last couple times I've been here, the first time I took the shot from the right-hand side, I got the perfect read coming up here and was funneled right towards the hole, made a 10% wind adjustment, hit it perfect, and went right in the hole. But since then, I haven't been able to get the ball guide to funnel. I haven't been able to get that read, that ball guide read, to get that sucker to the hole. And so I haven't had the look that I'm looking for to get that Albie. And I'm not sure if it's because of how deep I'm getting into this hole. So I haven't been pressing the issue. The very first time I was here, I was like right off of it. But since then, I've been, just like being in this shadow and that little bit of distance back. It's not making me have to do too big of an adjustment on the ball, on the club, but it may be that I'm just not getting that little bit of extra distance down here. So I'm not going to press the issue too hard, but I am going to try and dig a little deeper into that hole just to see if that's the issue. And it's better for me to go out there and make an error trying to dig into a hole so you guys can see what it looks like than it is for you to have to go in there and dig into it. So let's see. I'm going to take a Kingmaker because I'm trying to cut the wind down. Let's open up a slot. Golf Clash announced that they're going to allow you to use those extra club cards to max out your other clubs. You're going to raise rares to level 9 and epics to level 8. For the people at the very top of the game, they will instantly be able to upgrade all of their clubs one level. I will be able to max out all of my rares are going to get maxed, and I'll be able to get my epics as they show up in the store to a very high level very quick. I have, with the extra common cards that I have probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 400 epic cards that I could buy, which they say you can spend 300 a day, so it'll take about a year. And then a year from now, we'll all be back in the same boat. And the people at the top of the game will have clubs that newer players who start the game won't be able to. It'll take them forever to get there. If those people continue to play and new people get in the game and they keep raising the bar like that, newer players will never be able to get their stuff up to that point. I think long term for the game, if you think ahead, if the game's trying to survive for 5 or 6 more years and they keep raising the bar like that, it'll get to the point where newer players can't. It's just like the castle building games. If you get into it late, you'll never be able to get your stuff up to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm going to try and get a little deeper into that hole. Getting a one ring great to the right. I've been right on the edge of the shadow. I don't want to get too close to that, so I've kind of cut the distance right there from as deep as you can get into it and where I've been laying. I want to get just a little more just to see if that changes the shot on the second side. This next shot, I'm going to do a 10% wind adjustment. People are starting to wake up, so that means I've got could have as many as people are starting to show up. It could have as many as like 10 people on my internet connection right now. So I want to get this round done before I start getting some serious lag issues. And I just can't get that ball to get my ball guide to work like I want it to. All right. Let's just take the shot before I run out of time here. And I hit it. Oh, man. This could be close to clipping that rough down there. That was a very poor shot. I can't get my ball guide to work on the other end the way I want it to. It's just not reading. It's not funneling down there. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the Albie I shot on this and see what I put on there to get that ball guide to read. I need like 2 minutes. Even if my opponent would have got every single thing they could have gotten out of that quasar, they still would have had a very difficult shot with a sniper coming into that hole. So if you come in one of these holes and you're like, hey, I don't have Titans or I don't have Kingmakers and I'm going to bring just a 1-power ball, you don't have katanas, then you've got to bring a big hitting club for that next shot. I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't bring a short hitting wood and a small ball. Getting it perfect. Eagle. So I did not get my goal. My goal coming in was a minimum of a minus 28 and then working from there. I needed to standardize hole number 5 and hole number 8. I was down in the hole on hole 5. I got there on the front side and then missed the chip. I picked it up on the back. But that one drop shot, those 2 holes, hole number 5 and hole number 8, if you want to be up at the top, you've got to get eagles on those every single time. You've got to come in with a minus 28 as your minimum score and then try and build upon that and try and get 1 or 2 extra shots or pick up 1 or pick up 3. The whole goal is to come into the weekend round with the best tiebreaker set that you can, and coming in with a minus 14 in the opener and a minus 20, or excuse me, a minus 14 in the qualifier and a minus 14, minus 27, if I get my mouth to work, in the opening round will put me probably in the top, in the brackets that I'm going to be in, probably in the top 15, top 20 in tiebreakers, but coming in with a minus 28 would definitely put me up towards the top 10 in tiebreakers. And you want, the higher up you are, the better. This is going to be so tight in the weekend round that if you come in the weekend round and you shoot, let's say I shoot the minus 28 in the weekend round, if you've got tiebreakers on people, you could end up in the top. You're definitely looking at a top 10, possibly in the top 5, but not coming in with those tiebreakers, you could end up 11th. So tiebreakers are going to be super important in this because of the opportunities that we have to pick up shots. You can see where the 27s are, 28s at the top, and then 27s coming down. So if we take this bracket right here, and we still have people that haven't finished playing, but if we take it right here and we just add 1 on, that'd be 328. So if we take this bracket and another bracket combined, we're looking at, the top 5 to the top 8 people coming into the bracket are going to have shot a 28 or better. And then when you take in the 27s, I'm probably looking at a top 15 in tiebreakers coming into the weekend round. depending on the bracket that I get in, I could be a little bit better and it could be a little bit worse, but probably around top 15 in tiebreakers. That means there's going to be 14 people in the weekend round that can beat me, even if they shoot the same score as me. So the better that you can come into the weekend round and tiebreakers, the better it's going to be in this type of tournament. So where it stands right now is I'm going to have to just outshoot every single person in the round. There's not going to be any, hey, I shot a 30 and there was two other people with 30s and I got them with tiebreakers. I'm going to have to shoot better than everybody in the round. And so if we look at where we have opportunities, we've got an opportunity on 1 to pick up a shot. There is an opportunity on 3. Depending on how you play 2, there is an opportunity for a hole-in-one, but it is risky. Hole number 5, we have to get this shot. We have to get that. Hole number 8, we have to get that. That puts us at minus 28, just if we pick up 5 on both sides and we pick up 8 on both sides. So if we start off at the 28 and we can just pick up 1 extra on each side, we're looking at a minus 30. Where do we pick those? Where do we pick that shot up? That Albie shot on hole number 9, if I can get the ball guide to cooperate. I think 6, as far as like getting the Albie on 6, is it possible? Absolutely. But 6 just is a finicky little deal trying to get in there with a wood. These par 3s, all 3 of the par 3s are fairly low percentage, but I think 4 does give us a pretty good opportunity. I'm super close on 7, but I've made adjustments and I'm still in the same spot. I think the only way that I'm going to be able to get more out of 7 than what I'm looking for is I'm going to have to switch to a 2 power ball, and that's going to throw that shot setup that I've been practicing all week off. And it's not that I can't go there and do it. I mean, we do that in one-on-one all the time, but what it may be is that where my red line's out on 7 with my Guardian, I mean, I'm like literally right at my red line. I don't have a lot of adjustment up against it. The wind's blowing like this so that we can kind of move it across the red line, but it's right there. So if I switch to a 2 power ball and it pushes that red line forward, I don't know that there's enough room for me to make any adjustments or even to do the shot. I'd have to switch from a wood to a long iron. And so it can change the whole shot setup just by switching to a different ball. But I really would like a 3 side spin ball. So I'm going to look in my inventory and see if I've got a 1 power to match up with my Quasar 3 side spin ball instead of a 2 side spin ball, because that can make the difference. So to try and increase my odds on 7 to get a hole-in-one, I just need to pick up one of these other holes to raise that 28 to a 29. But if I want to have any shot at a banner, I'm going to have to shoot a minus 30 or better. And so where do I pick up those extra 2 or 3 shots? And so you really, 1 is another one of those holes. You got a great look at it every time, but it's a difficult hole because of the adjustments. We have to make absolutely perfect adjustments on it. I think hole number 3 gives us a great shot. So look through and look at the holes. If you're having a problem on any hole and that hole is kind of ate your lunch a little bit here or there, you need to standardize that hole and just go out there and get that score and move on, and really focus on the holes that you're getting close to. But go through and look at these holes and pick the ones that you absolutely have to get an eagle on hole 5 and hole 8 both times through if you want to have any shot of being up there towards the top. And depending on the bracket that you're in, even coming in with the minus 28, doesn't guarantee you anything. All right, that was the opening round of the 2019 Fall Major in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.